Hi everyone! I haven't been consistent with my videos, so I kind of want to just do like a little life update, kind of where have I been. I super appreciate all of you that have reached out to me and, just said that you're thinking about me and noticed I hadn't posted and, sending prayers to me and my family, and I super appreciate it. I know I haven't been consistent with replying to comments either, and I try to the best that I can, so hopefully, I keep saying this, hopefully things will get back to normal, but things just keep on coming at us, so let me start with, I dyed my hair, and never in my life have I had the hair dye my skin. I'm still thankful I didn't go get my nails done before dyeing my hair. So on the glove, there was a hole apparently. So this finger is all red like that because there was a hole in there. But like, I don't know if you can tell, like in the palm of my hand, like my hands are dyed as well. It's wild. So I let Sunny Boy pick my color, which was mistake number one. So he picked red, and I'll show you. So my hair that was previously dyed came out so red, and all my new growth is still dark with a little bit of red. So here is my new color right now for like 90% of my hair. So everything that was previously dyed is this color, and then I have like a couple inches of new growth that is just really dark. So we'll see after I put product in it. I did it last night. I threw my hair up in a braid. So we'll see today when I put my product in how crazy do I look, or did it come out looking good? So we will see. Stay tuned for that. So let's see. I dyed my hair. So a lot of you have been asking about my dad. So my dad is a lot better. He's been doing weekly doctor visits, which he still has to do. But if you guys remember, I took him for like a routine in and out surgery. He was supposed to go in early in the morning, get out late at night. He's had this done before. Things went crazy where he ended up in ICU for 4 days. And within those 4 days, he had surgery 3 times. And then they let him go home. So with that, we've been doing weekly doctor visits just to like check in on him and see how he is doing. And his birthday was actually a couple days after. So we had a vacation planned to celebrate his birthday, and I canceled it. And he was like, "Why did you cancel it?" I'm like, "Because they're not gonna let you go. Like, you just spent 4 days in ICU, dude. Like, this is not happening." So I did. I made sure to ask in front of my dad, the doctor, like, oh, I need to put a stopper there. I asked the doctor in front of my dad, like, "Hey, can he still go on his birthday vacation?" He was like, "Are you crazy?" He's like, "Absolutely not. Like, you just spent 4 days in ICU. You cannot go on vacation." So what I did was I rescheduled it a month out, figuring like, okay, in a month he should be, good enough to go ahead and go on this trip. So we've been doing the weekly doctor visits, and he had not been cleared, and I was like getting kind of nervous, but I didn't want to tell the doctor like, "Hey, we have this trip coming up, can you just go ahead and clear him?" Because I didn't want to influence it one way or the other. Just whatever they naturally say is what's going to happen. And that's what I told my dad was, if they tell you no, then it's no, and too bad, we'll reschedule it, another month out. So we've been going to these weekly doctor visits, and, they've been telling him, what his limitations are and what he can and cannot do and so forth. So at the last one, he was like, "You look really good." He's like, "You don't have to come in next week, but let's do a phone appointment." So I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Well, will you clear him to go on vacation?" And he's like, "Ooh, it depends, like, where are you guys going?" So then I told him, and he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, totally, you can go ahead and go, but like, here are your restrictions, on what you can and cannot do while you're gone." So, which was fine because, basically we're going to just be at the casino. So I was like, basically all we're going to do is eat and gamble, and that's about it. So the doc was like, "Oh yeah, you're good to go for that. Don't worry about it." So we got cleared so we can go ahead and go on his trip. So he's super excited. We're going to do that in a few days here. So he's really excited that his birthday trip is back on. So we will be doing that very, very soon. I did say in a previous video that my dad had to get genetic testing done because he had some complications during the surgeries, which would put him in ICU. So when we were there, I checked with the doc and they had not come in. And he was trying to tell me like, oh, no news is good news. And I'm like, no, doc, not in this family. No news is bad news, because that means that something has gone crazy, that they are now doing extra testing just to make sure and, figure out what's going on here. And he's like, oh yeah, you guys are weird. I'm like, yeah, exactly. So we still don't have the genetic testing back on my dad to see what is going on with that. So stay tuned for that, because I know a couple people have asked about that and I still don't know, which has me kind of worried. But I'm just like, you know what, I just got to relax. So what it is, and we will take care of it when we find out. Maybe the doc is right, and maybe the lab's behind on something. I have no idea. Who knows? Maybe it got misplaced somewhere. I don't know, so I will be checking back in to go ahead and see what's going on with that, though. Let's see. So, okay. So you guys know that I help look after my aunts who are in their 80s. And while my dad was in this hospital, my aunt, who she'll be 90 next month, had passed out. And my other aunt, who, what is she, probably like 85, tried to help her get off of the floor. So apparently she passed out twice while my dad was in the hospital, that they called my aunt's niece, but from the other side of the family. And she went and picked her up and took her home with her. And the next day from her taking her home, she passed out again. So that was the day that my dad was getting out of the hospital. That niece had my aunt and called 911 and had them go and pick her up and take her to the hospital. Well, in doing that, they found out that her heart wasn't doing good. It would just stop. So that's why they thought that she was passing out. So she had to get a pacemaker. So the day that my dad came home from the hospital, my aunt went into a different hospital. So I didn't go see her that day. I went the following day to go visit her. So I have been going back and forth to the other hospital to see her. And then my other aunt is now alone. So she's like, I'm sad, I'm lonely, I'm depressed. Never ever in her life has she ever lived alone. She's always lived with her mother. Then, after my grandmother passed away, my grandpa was there living in the house with them. So she always had my grandpa. So then when my grandma passes, when my aunt moved in, so it was my two aunts and my grandpa. And then after my grandpa passed, it's been my two aunts. So somebody's always lived with her. She's never ever lived alone, been alone. She's never even been alone in I don't even know how many years. Because both of my aunts are retired, so they're just always together. So, I've been splitting up my time with, spending time with my aunt, helping her, where I can. And then, we'll go and visit my other aunt. So I'm like, and still trying to take care of my dad, and still trying to take care of my mom, and still trying to take care of Sunny. So like this last week has been wild. Like my dad had a doctor's appointment in the morning. My mom had one, in the afternoon. Then we next day went to visit my aunt. Then the next day my mom had a dentist appointment. Then the next day my dad had another appointment. Then the next day my mom had another dentist appointment. Like it's just been wild trying to balance everything out and make sure everybody is fine and dandy. So that's where we are right now with things. I think that's got everybody all caught up now. But yeah, I just really want to appreciate you guys, always reaching out and, asking about my dad and, Sunny and, how I'm doing. I'm doing great. Sunny's doing great. I make fun of all of them, that Sunny doesn't give me gray hair, that all these other, I just make fun of them that all my old folks, give me gray hair and Sunny does not. And, he's my son that should be giving me gray hair, but oh my gosh, I'm so thankful for that kid. I tell you, like, he's such a good kid. I'm very, very thankful and blessed. But, yeah, so basically that's our little update. My dad is doing better. He is cleared to travel. No update on the genetic testing. My other aunt is, so after the doctors put in her pacemaker. They sent her to a like rehab facility to help her like gain some strength and, you know, how to move around a little bit better. So she's been there. But fingers crossed they will go ahead and clear her to go home tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. If that goes, then I'm going to go ahead and go pick her up. So yeah, fingers crossed that, you know, everything goes well. But yeah, that's why I haven't been posting. You know I normally post every day, sometimes twice a day. And my video and recording time has just been like, it's just gone downhill for a few months just because there's just too much life going on. But you know, like I said, hopefully things will get back to normal. I hope you guys are doing great. You know, like I said, I apologize that I haven't, you know, replied to everybody's comments and stuff, but I will definitely go ahead and try to get all caught up with that. But yeah, I still got other things to do. Like I said, we are leaving soon, so I gotta wash everybody's clothes, pack everybody's stuff. I need to get my nails done because this looks awful. I got one thing checked off. I dyed my hair, but now I'm all stained. Oh my gosh, my bathroom, you guys. I didn't notice that I had dropped a drop on the floor, and I would try to look down and check and make sure that, you know, as soon as I would drop anything, you know, I'd wipe it off, but I hadn't seen anything. So I'm like, okay. So I apparently dropped it at some point, didn't see it, didn't know, and I stepped on it. So I had like the bottom of my foot is dyed red like this, and I had, you know, like barely like moved it around. Oh my gosh, I cannot get it out. I cannot get this red off of the flooring. And in my shower, I was like, oh my gosh, freaking out. I did it like at 9 o'clock at night. So by the time I was done waiting for it to sit in my hair and time to wash it out, it was like closer to 11. I couldn't get it off the floor. I tried, you know, throwing some like bleach on there and cleaning it up. It was not coming up. So I'm like, I got to deal with that today. So thank goodness I did this video because it reminded me I got to go take care of that now. So yeah, hopefully I can get this red out of the shower and out of the floor because it's going to drive me nuts if I can't. So I gotta go Google some videos on how I can go ahead and get some red hair dye out of the tub and out of the flooring. So wish me luck with that. All right, thank you guys so much for listening to me ramble today. Hope you guys are having an amazing day, and we'll see you later. Bye guys.